Hello friends, what is up? It is me, Kay Riley, and I'm doing a makeup video. A proper makeup video. I'm currently sitting on my floor with my old ring light. I've got my camera out. I've got a makeshift backdrop, which is actually just a blanket that has a stain of some kind on it. I'm just gonna pretend that's not actually there. And I'm joined by my cat, who would not stop scratching at my door, so I didn't really have a choice but to bring him in. Sorry baby, that's bright. That's too bright for your eyes. We all know that of course he was going to want to participate in whatever activities I was partaking in today. So we're basically just going to do a chit-chat get ready with me today. Get ready? Get ready with me? Chit-chat get ready with me today. I don't think I've ever done one of these in a video. I do these on my stream pretty often. Here's a link right here, or you can go in the description box below to check that out. But I'm excited and I feel very like proper. Hopefully the audio is okay. I currently have my legitimate mic set up in front of me, but I think there's a little bit of a little buzz going on in the background. But I think it's still heaps better than the mic that's on my camera. Alright, so we're just gonna cake our face and talk about life and talk about stuff, and I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows because I just washed my face, so they're pretty cray-cray. I already moisturized and primed my face off camera because I use a primer oil, so it's kind of gotta like soak into my skin for a bit, so that's why my face, I don't even know if you can like tell on camera, it's like really shiny. I don't want to say greasy because that's just unflattering. But I'm gonna prime my eyelids with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Swan. I have cat hair all over my face. So I'm excited because I don't really get to sit down and film videos super often. If you're new here, did I grab my beauty sponge? I didn't grab my beauty sponge, I didn't grab my brushes. Why am I like this? Anyway, as I was saying, if you're new here, I actually stream on Twitch 4 days a week. So that kind of takes up a good portion of my time, but I used to stream 6 days a week. So now I have like these extra free days where I can start like filming content. Is it bad that I'm like out of breath right now from getting up and like stepping over all my shit to grab my brushes? I think that's bad, but you know, peak healthy lifestyle. So I would like to try to do this more. My friend Nancy, shout out to her, told me that I really should start doing more makeup videos because she thinks they'll do well. So here I am sitting down with like a proper setup and filming a get ready with me. So regardless of whether or not it does well, I think they're a lot of fun to film. It's just, there's a hair in my mirror. Kind of a pain in the ass to set up because I have to move my camera and like my microphone and like get out my old ring light and stuff, which is very handy, the fact that I have 2 ring lights now. Even though this one is like kind of broken and like dies randomly, so hopefully it lasts throughout all of this. We'll see, especially with my cat around. Now he wants to leave. I'm just gonna do something pretty neutral and easy because, I don't know, or we could do purple. Regardless, I'm just gonna get down a transition shade. I have 3 palettes here. I have this Cargo Cosmetics palette. This is the You Had Me at Aloha eyeshadow palette. Then I have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette and the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. So we are set with neutral tones, but in the Cargo Cosmetics palette I'm going to take Waikiki, which is like a peachy matte transition-y shade. Yeah, I'm excited to be sitting down and filming a makeup video. As much as I love music and games and stuff, makeup is something that I've always really liked, even like as a little kid. I remember my mom would like get ready in the mornings in the bathroom after her shower, and sometimes she would let me take like the foundation that was out of like the cap of her foundation bottle and like let me do my makeup. And if that happened, oh, that was a good day for me. So I've always really liked makeup, even as a little girl. And it definitely carried into my teenagehood, where I briefly tried to be a beauty guru. They're still out on the internet somewhere, those videos. Please don't try to find them. They're really cringy. Then again, so is a good portion of my content. But no, they are especially cringy. But now that I'm older and I kind of have a little bit more of a proper setup, it's kind of like, why not? You know what I mean? I'm excited. You know, I have a proper camera, I have proper lighting, proper audio for the most part. So it's kind of like, hey, try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then really no harm done. So I'm gonna go into my Violet Voss palette, and I'm gonna take Are You Kidding Me, which is that shade right there. Hopefully you can kind of sort of see that. Just on the same brush. This is the BH Cosmetics, there was a number on this, BH Studio Pro number 5 brush. It's kind of just a tapered, fluffy blending brush. Really nothing special. Pretty much everyone should have one of these. If you don't, you should get one if you're doing eyeshadow. So I'm also just gonna fluff that right on top. So on the topic of Twitch streaming and stuff, and like video games and all that, I will be at PAX East late March. I can't believe PAX is already this month, like it's actually wild. I was just at TwitchCon in October, which, story time with that. Okay, let me start at the beginning, give you some context. My mom was very against the idea of me traveling. I'm 20 years old, by the way, to clarify. I just burped while talking about that. She was very against the idea of me traveling, but I really wanted to go to TwitchCon, which I live in Massachusetts, and TwitchCon is in California, and this year specifically it was in San Jose. Not that that really matters. California is California when you're in Massachusetts. So she was very against the idea of me traveling, but I really wanted to go. And one day I was just talking to my brother about stuff, and like the topic of travel came up. I'm the youngest of my family. I'm the youngest, my sister's the middle child, and my brother's the oldest. So I was talking to my brother and the topic of travel came up, and he was like, you know what? You're 20 years old. If you want to go to California, you should be able to go to California. Where do you want to go? I'll bring you to the airport. And I was like, I want to go to TwitchCon in California. So he's like, alright, get your tickets, I'll bring you to the airport. So I did. And I think we did this in like, I believe it was August. Yeah, we were planning this in August. So I was actually 19 at the time. My birthday's in September. So we were planning this in August. And I started off just getting like my TwitchCon badges. And when I was like more definitive of going, I booked my flights and stuff. And this was all done without telling my parents, like the rebellious teenager that I am. This is Brownie Points, by the way, in this palette. Which is honestly probably the only rebellious thing I've ever really done in my life. I'm kind of a goody two-shoes. I'm not really like a rule breaker. I never really have been. That's just kind of like how I am. So I was scared shitless to do something like this. Wow, wild crazy. So I booked everything through like August and September, and the trip was late October. It was like right before Halloween. So I booked everything, and keeping it a secret from my parents meant keeping it a secret from like my public social media, because my parents like knew, specifically my mom. My dad doesn't really care for social media, so specifically my mom knew my public social media, so I couldn't like announce it on Twitter or really anything. I told like close friends, obviously my best friend Anissa knew because she's the person I was staying with, but I told like a couple close friends, a couple of like close members of my community, and like that was about it. The night of my flight, That rhymes. Well, actually, technically the morning, because my flight was pretty early in the morning. So the morning of my flight, the only people who knew were the people that I previously mentioned, and I finally decided to tell my sister like a few days before. So she knew. I still hadn't told my parents, and I considered for a little bit telling them like the night before, but I decided to just leave a note the night that I was leaving. And it wasn't like a, hey, going to California, be back on Tuesday kind of note. It was a very like lengthy, in detail, in-depth, like explaining why I made the decision that I made, like how I came to that decision, how the decision that I'm making wasn't to like disrespect them in that regards. It was more or less just like, it's time that I leave the nest, basically. Because this was something that meant a lot to me, and you know, I had the funds to do so, so why not? So it was like a long, like full 2-page note, and I left it on the kitchen counter, and I momentarily blocked both my parents' numbers. So like I could have my phone on me, but if they decided to like spam text me or spam call me, it wouldn't go through, because I knew that if one of them had like called me or texted me before my flight, I would chicken out. Because you know, as I said, I am a goody two-shoes, and the guilt would be like insane. So I blocked them, and I decided I would keep them blocked until I landed. And I got on a flight and flew to San Francisco, because I didn't know there was an international airport in San Jose, so I flew to San Francisco. And as soon as we were on the tarmac and we had landed, you know, I turned my phone back on, unblocked their numbers, and texted them to let them know I landed safely, and like they were fine. I expected this big like dramatic reaction of like, oh my god, how could you do that, like you're not allowed to come home, like what's wrong with you, like something like really dramatic and like insane, because like I'd never done anything like that before, so like I wasn't sure like what the reaction was gonna be, but it was very chill. It was just like, okay, who are you staying with, how long will you be there, I hope you have fun, you know, be careful, just check in with me like once a day. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was pretty much that. Like, you know, when I got home, like it was pretty much the same thing, like how was your trip, did you have fun, like tell me all about it, and that was pretty much it. So that was really nice, actually. It was best weekend of my life. I really, really loved going to TwitchCon. So on the topic of TwitchCon, there's now a TwitchCon in Berlin, Germany. And obviously I have no plans to go, because well, for one, it's literally right after PAX East. Like PAX East is right at the end of March, and then TwitchCon Berlin is like April 6th and 7th or something like that. So it's right after, and plus it is, of course, international. I don't think I'd really be ready for that kind of travel yet. But Twitch announced that they're holding a singing competition with their game Twitch Sings, which I actually first tried out at the NA TwitchCon. I'm taking Punk from the Born to Run palette, by the way. They had a booth before the game was like released at all to the public, and I went in there and I gave it a shot, because if you don't know, I do music, and it was a lot of fun. So it's really cool that they're holding like a singing competition for people to get the chance to go to TwitchCon Berlin. That's not the grand prize. Basically how it works, so basically you send them in a clip of you singing whatever song you choose off the game, and they select like 8 semi-finalists, and then those 8 get to perform on like one of their live streams, and then Twitch chat votes for the top 4 out of those 8, and then those top 4 get flown out to Berlin to perform at the EU TwitchCon, and then whoever wins out of that wins $20,000. You know, pretty intense competition. I honestly just want to go to Berlin. Like, that's, if I could get that far, that would be really fucking cool. From there on, I would not expect to win the $20,000, but I entered, I'm sure as you could guess, given by the context. So I will have to keep y'all updated. I think they said by like March 16th they will email the 8 semi-finalists. The only thing I'm really worried about is like, what if they have the semi-finalist stream while I'm in Boston for PAX? I will have my laptop on me, but like, that's it. You know, I'm not gonna be at home on my proper computer with like my proper setup and stuff. So I'm really hoping that, God forbid, I do make that top 8, which would be insane, by the way, because there's gonna be so many people entering. You know, like, I just hope it's not while I'm at PAX. I hope it's at least like before then. So we will see, but I will definitely keep y'all updated on my social media for that. So I'm just deepening the outer corner of this because I want it to be warm but like smoky and, you know, a little bit sultry, just because that's what I feel like doing today. Something dramatic but neutral, because that's always fun to do. And as much as I love a pop of color most of the time, it's nice to have something neutral for a bit. I feel like more often than not when I do eyeshadow, it tends to be colorful, so I kind of get sick of it. But I feel like it's the opposite with other people. I feel like they always do neutral colors and then they get sick of it, so they do a pop of color. You know, we like to be different in here. Hashtag I'm not like other girls. Just saying, that kind of makes me want to die, but it's cool. That's that, really. I'm very excited to see like what the outcome is. I would really love to go to Berlin because I have friends that are going to that particular TwitchCon and viewers that are going to that TwitchCon that I don't think I'd be able to meet otherwise, because obviously they live far. So crossing my fingers, and you know, if I don't go this year, I'd really like to plan a trip to go next year, because I'll be a little bit more familiar with traveling, because I'm going to TwitchCon in San Diego in September. So I'll be a little bit more used to it, and I think I'll feel a little bit more comfortable planning a trip like that. But also, I'm so excited for TwitchCon San Diego. That is late September, and my birthday is September 8th, and I'll be turning 21. So this will be my first convention, that is unless I end up going to Berlin, where I can legally drink, which the whole drinking part doesn't really appeal to me. It's more or less being able to go to after parties that require you to be of legal drinking age, because it's like open bar or whatever. So that'll be super fun. I'm really excited for that. I can finally like actually go to after parties and not like mope and complain about like, I want to go to this party, I'm like, it's 21 plus, and like, I'm only 20, wah. So it'll be really cool to like finally be able to go to those. Very excited for that. I'm gonna take Jet, which is just the black shade in the Born to Run palette, and I'm just gonna further deepen up this very outer corner. I love the Born to Run palette so much more than the Urban Decay Naked palettes, but the formula is still on the drier side, which makes it a little bit annoying to blend, and it makes me sad because I do really love this palette, but blending with it can be such a bitch, especially these darker shades. It's just so nice to go back to neutrals after doing like either really basic eye looks with just like liner, or like all colorful looks. Does anyone else like have one eye out of the two that just doesn't play nice with eyeshadow? Mine is this eye. This eye is my derpy eye for all products. I don't know what it is about this particular eye, but like eyeshadow doesn't apply as well, liner doesn't apply as well, mascara doesn't apply as well. I don't know what it is, and like I don't know if it just seems that way because like it's on the non-dominant side of my body, if that makes sense, or like what? Ooh, my foot's falling asleep. Okay, never mind, I take it back. That actually applied better than this side. It was a prank. I don't know why it decided to do that, but I guess it's because I was talking about how annoying it could be, and then it decided to be like, ha, joke's on you, bitch. Now, I haven't done a cut crease in a while, but I think I'm gonna do a cut crease. Let's do a cut crease. Well, a half cut crease. We're not gonna do a full cut crease. I'm just gonna take some concealer on the back of my hands and a flat concealer brush. And now it's time to go full focus mode. And then we'll worry about that edge in a bit. Right now I just want to get the general shape down. I can never get my cut creases even, so this is going to be interesting. I think that's about as even as they're gonna get. I don't know if these are even. So I'm just gonna pat that in with my finger. That way that kind of helps. Oh, these are so not even. With the whole separation between the concealer and the eyeshadow kind of like blend together. I think I want to take a mixture of Ignite and Stranded. I'm gonna go in with Stranded first. Then I'm gonna take Ignite. Just doing the best that I can to get those nice and evenly blended. I'm just going to take a mixture of Punk and Jet. Very lightly tap over that outer corner. And then just blending out those edges again. So there's the eyeshadow for now. We're going to come back to it after we do all our face makeup and stuff. But we're going to do our face makeup and make our skin look halfway decent. For the past few days, I've been testing out the L'Oreal Infallible Freshwear. So it seems like everybody's raving about this, but it's just a little bit too drying for my skin. I have super dry, dehydrated skin, so that's why I put the primer oil on to let soak into my skin while we were doing our eye makeup. Oh my god, my whole leg is falling asleep. Ooh. I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand and cake this on basically. And this is just the Flower Beauty sponge. Alright, foundation's doing weird shit today. Love that. It's like sitting really gross on my face. Of course it does this when I'm filming and never does this literally any other time. Just gonna hope my concealer saves the day. Wonder if it's because I used that primer oil, but I feel like I've used it before and didn't have any issues. It's so nerve-wracking when like an event, like a convention, is really close and like you just can't seem to get your face to look decent. It's like, when it's at home, it's, you know, whatever, like, no one's gonna be able to tell on camera. But, like, at events, you know, people see your face pretty up close. It's been a little stressful trying to, like, get my face under control, given, like, how dry it's been. So I'm just gonna spread this evenly with this brush and then go over everything with my sponge. So everything's, like, pressed into the skin. So yeah, we look pretty cray-cray right now, but that's okay. And that kind of solved like the weird separation issue I was having. Alright, so that's done. I usually wait to do concealer until after my cream contour so I can like set it immediately, but my foundation was looking pretty tragic. So speaking of cream contour, this is the NYX Wonderstick in the shade Light. And we're just gonna sculpt out my face here. Hopefully that's all blended out, at least passably, but it's not like we're going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. What is that? What did I get on my sponge? Where's that? Alright, so let me just blend out the creases. This is the Dermablend setting powder. And I'm just gonna lightly set underneath my eyes. Also, like where I tend to crease expression lines. This foundation is pretty matte on me, so I really don't need to set anywhere else. Now I'm gonna bronze and like sculpt my face a little bit with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So I'm gonna press this onto my face first and then blend it. Alright, so bronzer's applied and hopefully efficiently blended. I still have this like mark right here. I'm gonna guess it's just eyeshadow that got on my beauty blender or something, but cool. I'm gonna go in with my highlighter, and this is Here Kitty Kitty from Colourpop, and this is an all-time favorite of mine. So I'm going to apply this pretty heavily because then I'm gonna blend blush on top of it. And this is just like a highlighting brush from Shop Miss A. And then for blush, I have the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in the shade Warm Hibiscus. This is my all-time favorite blush. I love this blush so much. It is the blush that got me into blush. I used to not wear blush at all before this. It is just, that was a lot. So pretty. It just makes the skin look so healthy and like glowy and pretty. Now I'm gonna top my highlight, but this time using a fan brush. This is also from Shop Miss A. But I find when I do this, it keeps my highlight really intense without it looking like, well, hopefully without it looking like just like a streak. Then I'm gonna take my Colourpop highlighting brush and highlight my nose. And now I'm gonna spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus to help bring the dew back to my face after it being so matte. And if anyone is wondering, mine is in the coconut scent because I love anything coconut. Except coconut oil. Coconut oil breaks me out. Oh, my face feels so much better after that. Starting to feel very like... By the way, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but around my nostrils, permanently dry and crusty. I don't know if it's even noticeable on camera, but believe me, I notice it. There's the face makeup done. Hopefully that looks okay on camera. So now we're gonna do brows, finish off the eyes, and then we're gonna put something on my mouth so it looks like it's there. For eyebrows, I'm gonna be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 6. And I'm just gonna outline them, fill them in, brush them through, and then set them with some brow gel. I always feel so much more human when I have my brows done. Also, you know how we talked about like derpy sides and good sides? This is also my derpy eyebrow, so. This eyebrow is my favorite eyebrow, and I can never get this eyebrow to look like this eyebrow. We love very clearly uneven eyebrows. Now I'm just gonna set these in place with the Shop Miss A eyebrow gel in the shade Dark. I actually really need another one of these because I'm almost out of it, and it's actually so good. Okay, well, my camera battery died, so I got up to grab a new one. And then my ring light died, And I turned it off and went to turn it back on again, and it almost caught on fire. So we're gonna finish getting ready over here. Alright, so we're back. Sitting over here and using this ring light and this setup because my old ring light, which thank God I no longer use, almost caught on fire. So we're just gonna continue where we left off, which was setting our eyebrows in place. Yep, that was something. Fortunately, we were almost done with our makeup anyway, so it's cool, I guess. Alright, we're gonna finish off the eyes, and I'm gonna take Are You Kidding Me back from the Violet Voss Pro palette. And then taking Punk from the Born to Run palette. Keeping it pretty grungy and like blown out, so I'm bringing it pretty far down. And then I'm going to highlight my inner corner in my brow bone with that same highlight we used on our face. And before I do liner and lashes, I'm going to spray my face with some L'Oreal Lumi Glow setting spray. Just to again give a nice glow. And for liner and lashes, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to line my lash line with a brown liner, and this is again from Shop Miss A. Surprise, surprise. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I'm just going to line the lash line. And apparently get it everywhere. Can do a wing liner, no problem. Can't line lashes. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to take a spoolie to it. I'm going to layer mascara today. I'm going to start with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. Let's grab that spoolie now. It's a little better. And then to go on top of the the Marc Jacobs, I'm going to take the Maybelline Snapscara, and this is going to help lengthen and separate my lashes. I just don't feel like doing falsies today. Who needs falsies? Lashes are done. Now all that there's left to do is just throw on a lipstick. For lips, I'm going to go in with Stila's Fia. And these two glosses from Lorac, one in Socialite and the other in Barista. So I'm going to put Socialite all over and Barista in the middle. And we are done.
You should see the toaster strudels in the freezer. You'll have enough for a while.
Oh my god, you get like a bulk
There's 30
pack?
of them.
Oh my god! Alright, so we are done. Probably won't really do anything with my hair because I'm lazy and I'm already running late. But that's okay. I'm gonna go eat and drink coffee, ruin this lipstick I just put on because of course. But despite all the technical difficulties, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if this is something you would like to see more of. If that's the case, I would definitely like to invest more time and money into a proper filming setup and making more videos, so please let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.